Today, I-90 near Pinehurst, Idaho reopened after a 12-hour closure. Idaho State Patrol had to shut down traffic in both directions following a head-on collision between two semi-trucks. KREM 2's Janelle Finch traveled to Shoshone County to show us what drivers are navigating at high speeds.
Drive along I-90 in North Idaho near Pinehurst, and you'll be directed to one east and westbound lane due to bridge construction. Here is where two semis collided Wednesday night. The accident is no shock to Idaho native Yvonne Nestler.
Finding out I was an accident was no surprise.
She says construction near Pinehurst is confusing and at a speed limit of 65 miles per hour, potentially dangerous.
It seems a little high for such a narrow bridge. I mean, I feel like that's one of those areas that should be like 45.
Shoshone County District 1 Commissioner Tracy Cassidy says Nestler isn't alone in her concerns. She says the commissioners and the sheriff's office have received a high volume of calls with construction zone safety concerns.
The way it's set up, the speed in some of the areas, the on-ramps trying to get on, there's been a lot of close calls.
Cassidy says she wants to protect people in the county. She knows from personal experience how devastating these accidents can be.
2 accidents last year up in this area in the construction zone. Unfortunately, one of them was my father. Driving a semi, hit head-on. The other person in the vehicle didn't make it.
Cassidy reached out to the Idaho Transportation Department 1 week ago to lower local construction zone speed limits. At the time, ITD denied her request. Thursday, ITD shared a statement with KREM 2 reading in part, quote, "As with any crash in a work zone, the project team reached out to law enforcement and has again looked into the particular area to determine if any changes, including to the speed limit, are necessary. At this time, ITD is not making any changes." Cassidy says she doesn't want people to end up with stories like hers. She says she will continue to advocate for the safety of those in Shoshone County. In Pinehurst, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
Well, take a look at this video here on your screen right now. This is Highway 195 south to Pullman, and you can notice something a bit off by the striping on the road. Several markings are either slanted or just completely uneven. The road has caused some confusion to drivers. WashDOT says this is a project that began roughly toward the end of July. They've been putting new pavement in overnight, and the stripes currently down are temporary, they say. Right now, they are in a 3-week curing process before the next steps can take place.
So starting next week, they're going to go back through, do the permanent striping. They're going to go out with the survey team. They'll mark exactly where those spots will be. So it'll be a nice and straight line for drivers starting next week.
KREM 2 was told the temporary lines were done by an individual contractor, and there's not necessarily a template or format that is followed by the line markers who place those temporary lines down. WashDOT says the current tape on the road will be easily removed.